there, I like to talk about books. So this month is Pride Month. Hi, welcome to Chili's. Whoa, brain is already getting off track. Anyway, so it's June 1st, so Pride Month just started. Hello, happy Pride. Oh my gosh, exciting stuff. Point of this video is I'm going to be reading a book for every color of the rainbow. Now, we're not following Roy G. Biv because Indigo, I have no books on my shelf. These are all books on my shelf because I need to read my TBR because my TBR is really freaking long. Here comes Pogo. Hi, Pogo. There we go. Digital Pogo butt. Digital Pogo butt. Okay. So anyway, I'm not following Roy G. Biv because I couldn't find an Indigo book. But so instead of 7 books, we have 6 books. But still, 6 books, a lot of books. And I only own. Oh, buddy, you're so goopy in your eyeballs. Sorry, I keep getting off track. So I'm going to be reading a book for every color of the rainbow. All these books are on my shelf because I need to. He's so cute. I can't not look at him. All of these books, he's so cute. All these books are some books on my shelf because I need to lessen my TBR. Some of them, however, I have already read. They're rereads. So I'm going to tell you the books that I will be reading. And then I will be reading them. Look at that Pogo nose. Let's just get into it. So, the book for Red. I was going to do Autobiography of Red by Anne Carson, which I read last month, and no other book on my shelf has the word red in it. But I've been meaning to read Red, White, and Royal Blue. So I'm going to get that one. And I don't have it yet, but I'll pick it up probably on my way home today from work. Because it's a romance and it's queer. And it has the word red in it, so like perfect. Okay? Perfect. 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 Hi, buddy. Oh, you're so cute. That's my red book. Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. I'm going to pick that up today. Hello, fair friends and adventurers. Welcome, welcome. Today I'll be talking about the Red Book. That sounds like there actually is a book called The Red Book. There probably is. Anyway, today I'm going to be talking about the book I read for the color red. Prepare to hear the words red a lot more in this section of the video. Anyway, so for the color red, I read Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. I always want to say McQuiston, so if I say that and I slip up, I am sorry. Anyway, Red, White, and Royal Blue. This is a romance novel. It follows the first son of the United States presidency, Alex, and Prince Henry, the third or the second in line at the royal throne in London. They have a romance. It's basically, it's hate to love, like rivals to lovers, pretty much. Kind of a fake dating plot as well. Like, it's not fake dating, it's fake friendship, but you know what that means. It follows Alex and Henry as they basically get to know each other and fall in love. It's sweet. It has the word red in the title. I picked this up yesterday because I was sick and I wanted to have a good time and I knew I was going to read this. I picked it up and I didn't really want to put it down. Now, the thing that's interesting to me, like, I read Talia Hibbert's Brown Sisters books, and those are the only traditional romance, like, traditional as in not like there's a sexy man naked on the cover, traditional, like a Harlequin romance, but like what's becoming a typical romance these days. The only ones I've read are Talia Hibbert's Brown Sisters. I'm not really a romance reader. I think I might be branching into that category, but generally, I don't read romance. And I've heard really good things about this. I liked it, but I had a hard time suspending my disbelief. That made it hard. That made it harder for me to read it. I think that the premise is super cute, okay? Like, the first son and the prince is adorable. I love that. But then it's just, I don't know. It just doesn't, I think part of it is I have never been a first son or a prince. Shocker, right? And so I don't know of the media attention. I don't know how accurate this is and how much this is what the media tells us is real. I wasn't sure and I didn't fully buy into everything that was happening with the Secret Service and secrecy and stuff. I just didn't fully buy into it. So it made it harder to read. And then, oh God, my collar. Sorry guys that you had to look at that. I know I'm a disgrace. Buying into the, who they are. Yes, I love the idea. Okay, and I don't have a problem with that. I think it's adorable. And some of the international politics made sense, but at the same time didn't make sense. Like, I wasn't fully buying it. So that for me personally, that was just hard to buy into. And that is just because I'm cynical as fuck. That's just me. That's just a me problem. I don't think that has anything to do with the way that McQuiston wrote or writes. It is just me. I'm just cynical. And then, so the other thing that kind of stopped my enjoyment of the book was that I just didn't love Alex. And I don't have to. Like, we get flawed characters, but it's more than a flaw. I love flawed characters. I just kind of find them annoying. And that's just not great when you're reading a romance and you're supposed to, root for both of the characters, because, like, the whole point is that the characters are happy in the end. So that, that too. That wasn't great. And I think, again, it's just because I don't like Alex very much. Not because, like, he's poorly written or anything. It has literally nothing to do with the writing or the execution. It's just that his character is just not someone I connect to. So, like, specifically, Alex just wasn't my guy. I like Henry. If it had been told from Henry's perspective, might have liked it more. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Let's talk about the good things about the book, because it was a good book, okay? I gave it 3.5 stars. I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it, okay? It was really fun. There were a couple things I didn't buy into, obviously, politics-wise. But other than that, it was really fun. It was super cute. There are a lot of quotes in here about how they love each other that are just like, ooh, they make your heart all melt. I'm a little melty when I read this. It's really cute. Another thing, and the reason that this is really important, we're in Pride Month. I'm doing a rainbow video because it's gay. And that's really cool. So, like, there are two types of gay stories in my world. There's when I think about it, there's the just exploring queer love. They know they're queer. They're cool with it. That does not revolve, like, this plot does not revolve around the fact that the characters are queer or figuring it out. It's more about the relationships. And then there's they don't know they're queer yet, or they're not sure, or it has to be a secret, and the plot revolves more around the fact that they're queer. I prefer the first type because it's just, I think, more fun to read. Not that the second type is not important, and given the fact that there's not enough representation out there, the second type is just more important right now, because we need just people to get used to the idea before we can kind of share queer stories like they're normal, because they are normal, but a lot of people don't think that, unfortunately. We're not talking about that today. What we're talking about is red, white, and royal blue. So anyway, this is a type B plot where being gay has a lot to do with the tension in the book and, like, their relationship and covering it up. And again, I enjoyed that, and it's important. I think it added a very nice element to the romance. It added a good tension, like, rather than one that felt silly and that was only included just because we needed tension. So it was a good point. And also they were cute, and we need more LGBTQ plus rep. Casey McQuiston could really have easily just not made it gay, and she did. And so, like, thanks. Anyway, those are my thoughts. It was really cute. There's some moments in there that really just woo, but overall, like, not the best romance I've ever read. So this is the book I read for red. Moving on to orange. It was fun. I had a good time. I would recommend if the plot sounds interesting to you. Just, it's a romance. It's fun. Literally, what else do you want? They fall in love. They love each other. It's important. Is it spoilers to say they fall in love for a romance? Because it's a romance. This is a general question, not just about this. Am I spoiling anything for anyone if I say that at the end of a romance novel, they fall in love? Because it's a romance novel. You understand what I'm saying? Why would you read it if they didn't fall in love in the end? Okay, I don't know. But leave your thoughts in the comments below. I don't know. Okay, on to orange. Goodbye, my fair friends. My orange book, I had two choices for this. The first one was A Clockwork Orange by Anthony Burgess. That one freaked me out. I don't, whoa, when I read it, it was a lot. It was a lot to handle. It was a big deal. And I'm not going to reread it. I'm not going to reread it. So instead, I'm going to read There There by Tommy Orange. I read this in 12th grade and I really didn't like it. So I've been meaning to give it another chance and I'm going to give it another chance. I already have it on my Kobo from the library. So that's awesome. And that's my orange book though. There There by Tommy Orange. Hello, I thought I would talk about There There, my orange book, while taking the dog out. Because why not film a video outside, Part of it, anyway. So, There There, my orange book. It's written by Tommy Orange. That is how it is orange. I basically DNF'd this because, so it's the second time I read it. And the first time I read it was for high school. It's grade 12. We talked a lot about it. We read about Tommy Orange. We, discussed it, wrote things about it. So, I didn't just breeze my way through it. And I had major critique, which is that I really did not remember the characters and I didn't get in depth enough for me. I wish there was more of each character. And now, because I talked about that in class, I got the, comment that maybe that's the point because it's Indigenous literature. And the point is to remember the stories, no matter how small. Now, I appreciate that, and I agree that that should be true, but I just thought that there wasn't enough to make every single character memorable, to make every story interesting. They were too short, and they were way too many. And that critique, I thought maybe that was just me in 12th grade. So when I reread it, I wouldn't feel that. And I did. I still felt that. There was so much going on and it wasn't interesting enough to me to keep going. That is not to say that I don't like Tommy Orange's writing, because I really do. And I think that I would read whatever he comes out with next. For some reason, There does not, I just can't with it. There is about, it follows a bunch of different Indigenous folk living in Oakland, California, and it talks kind of about the urban Indian, I believe is the term. But basically, it's a bunch of people somehow related to this Indigenous community in Oakland, and they're the main kind of ending story is that there's going to be a potlatch fundraiser kind of community building thing, and a few of the characters are planning to rob it. And that is just, that's kind of it. And it does talk a lot about being Indigenous in the city, which I think is interesting, and it follows different timelines, and all the characters, all the characters connect in some way, and it is interesting, but for me it just wasn't interesting enough to want to read a second time after having disliked it the first time. And to be honest, I liked it even less. I read the first 50 pages and I liked it even less than the first time I read it, which is just disappointing. I almost never like a book less the second time I read it. So yeah, overall, generally my orange book was disappointing. I'm upset, but that's how it is. And I would recommend There if you've never read it and you are interested in the premise and exploring more American Indigenous literature. Would recommend. I think it is a good book to have read, but I just didn't need to read it a second time. Those are my thoughts. Woohoo! This has been Outside with Eli and Pogo. Pogo, what do you have to say? Thanks. My yellow book is going to be Half of a Yellow Sun by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. Pogo, hi. You're in the video too. How do you feel? She's like, just pet me. Okay. I just finished my yellow book, Le mystère de la chambre jaune, which, if you don't speak French, jaune is yellow. and therefore it counts. It's yellow. The Mystery of the Yellow Room is about, it's a murder mystery, but it's attempted murder mystery because the assassin lady doesn't actually die. She just gets almost killed twice. Or is it 3 times? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know if I got more like I feel like I maybe understood 75% of this book. That's the pros of reading it in a different language, right? Woohoo. I didn't really understand it fully. I did understand it. I understood a lot more than I thought I would, and I am actually really proud of myself. So, not gonna lie, I'm happy. I read more than I thought I would. Quicker than I thought I would, too. This only took me a week. It's a murder mystery. It's about the Stangersons, which is weird. Stangerson? I don't know. It's about the Stangersons and Joseph Rouletabille. Mademoiselle Stangerson is attempted murdered. She's attempted murdered. What? Someone tries to kill her. And they want to find out who did this, so this whole cast of characters congregates on the house that the chateau, you know, that the chambre jaune, the Yellow Room, is in. The house of Monsieur and Mademoiselle Stangerson, who are father-daughter physicists, I believe. Very important information that they're working on, and someone has both tried to kill the daughter as well as stolen important documents related to their research. That is kind of the premise, I guess. They all congregate, and then this young reporter, Joseph Rouletabille, who is 18 years old, basically he solves a murder. Oh my god, he's so cute. So essentially, yeah, he basically says, Pogo, when you're like, here, put your head down. She basically solves the murder. I'm gonna have to edit that a lot, and so hopefully that wasn't too incohesive, but you know, not really understanding it. I also didn't love it. It was good that it was a mystery. It was good that it was a mystery murder is what I was gonna say. It's good that it was a murder mystery. I think that made me want to read it, but it also is like not something that I'm gonna take away and not something that I want to keep. Good boy, you're gonna stay. Anyway, so I'll end this quickly so that Pogo can go, but he can be in the video. Essentially, it was good, but not wonderful. I gave it 3.5 stars. It was my yellow book, because the only other yellow book I had already read, which is also, you know, valid. But I wanted to read something French, and this was the option I had. So yes, that's my yellow book. On to my green book. Okay. For green books, I was debating reading something by one of the Green brothers, you know, John or Hank, because I have an absolutely remarkable thing I haven't read yet, but instead, I'm going to read Greenwood by Michael Christie, because it's about trees, and I like trees, and also I've been meaning to read this for a really long time. I just finished an absolutely remarkable thing by Hank Green. It's the Green Book. Hello, yes, welcome. It's the Green Book. Anyway, I just finished it, as in like, I literally put down the book 5 minutes ago and went, no. So I wanted to talk about it while it's fresh in my mind. No, this will not be cohesive, and I will not have anything to say, as in things that I am saying. I mean, usually my videos are pretty off the cuff, but this is going to be like, the things that I'm saying are going to be directly from the mess that's my brain and not at all thought out beforehand, because that's just how it works, I guess, today. So basically, wow. The way it ended. Wow. Needless to say, I will be going to get the second book as soon as I get paid. Because wow. It follows April May. She's 23 years old. Graphic design graduate. What's she doing with her life? I don't know. She's working at a startup, and then she discovers something really weird, like a giant statue-ish thing on the street, and she starts calling it Carl, and she becomes famous. So it's about dealing with fame and humanity and the aftermath of like crazy stuff that happens, because crazy stuff happens to April May, and she just has to deal with it. And she's not a perfect person. She's incredibly flawed, and we love that because she's trying her best. And there is absolutely no way that you can basically tell someone to experience all the things April May has experienced and then be rational about it, especially when they're 23 years old. That is that. I had a hard time getting into this book, not gonna lie. I read it, I read the first chapter maybe when it first came out, when it was still hardback. So around 2018. Never got into it, and then I eventually unhauled it. And then I saw a post on Instagram that was like, this book always gets me out of my reading slump. So I bought it when I was in a reading slump because I noticed it in paperback. Then it sat on my shelf for another like year. And then I'm reading The Rainbow, and I was like, Green, gotta read something for Green. You may have noticed I said I was going to read Greenwood, but no, I didn't. I decided to read An Absolutely Remarkable Thing because I felt like it deserved another chance. I've heard really good things about it. I love Hank Green. I had a hard time getting into it, and then I got into it. And then once I was into it, okay, it's 4:52 right now. I was at 32% of the way through the audiobook because I literally could not read it. I was not that interested. Not that I couldn't, but I just was more interested in other things, and I've been in a reading slump, and so it's just easier for me to listen to an audiobook. So it's 32% of the way through this audiobook at 1 this afternoon, sorry. So 4 hours ago, I was 32% of the way through the audiobook. Now, I listen to my audiobooks, obviously, not on one-time speed. I listened to it on 1.75 speed, but I actually did not stop. I did not move from my bed once starting the audiobook until I finished. And at about the last chapter, I switched back to reading because I can read faster than 1.75 times speed. So when I say I couldn't put the book down, I literally couldn't put the book down. I literally my mind is blown. Can you tell? That's a lot of thoughts in my head. I'm processing them at subpar speed to turn them into words. I love the book. Yes. Did it get me out of a reading slump? Kind of. Not really. I've been reading it for like 4 days because the first 30% took me 3 days, which is unusual for me. But then the last 70% took me 3 hours. So I really, really enjoyed it in the end. It just took me a while to get into. And I think it's because I had no idea where it was going. But I also think that's okay. You don't need to know where it's going. Because not knowing where it's going made me very interested in it and not feel like I didn't need to read it, if that makes sense. Because sometimes when I know where a book is going, I don't want to read it because I know where it's going. I didn't know where this was going, and I was very excited. And I loved it. And I need to go pick up the next one. Is that A Foolishly Beautiful Endeavor? Maybe is what it's called. Perhaps. But I have to read it now. You can't get to the last page of this book and then think, oh, I'm not going to read the next book. Unless you're a weirdo. I just can't, you guys. Okay, that's my green book. I don't think I can continue talking about it because my mind is just too blown. Like, wow. And I have to stop, otherwise I'm gonna implode. Oh my god. Oh my god. My blue book is Blue Horses by Mary Oliver. Hey, what's up, guys, gals, and non-binary pals? Thanks, Thomas Sanders, for revolutionizing the queer community. What am I saying? All right, so I'm going to talk about the blue book. Now, this one was not what I intended to read. I intended to read Blue Horses, and then someone on Instagram mentioned this book, and I just couldn't resist. And I didn't even think about including it, and then I realized the title is literally out of the blue. So I read it for my blue book because it's also queer. Hello? I loved this. So it follows Sean, who basically gets broken up with first few pages, and this is the love of his life, basically, and he's like, no, we were gonna have a rom-com movie, this can't be happening. And Sean is, reeling over this breakup, and then along comes Ross, or Crest, who is non-binary, which we love, thank you, God, and they're a mermaid, and they basically are like, okay, I gotta help a human to, like, become an adult folk, I guess. I don't think of mermaid as being gendered, but it is, so technically. Anyway, so they want to become an adult merfolk, merperson, and they have to do that by helping a human. And so they're like, all right, I'm gonna help a human and get it over with, go back to the ocean. And of course, the human that they end up meeting first and deciding to help is Sean, heartbroken over his boyfriend. And it's a romance. And man, was I hooked right away. Oh my godness. I bought this today and I read it today. That was not my intention, but it was really good. I mean, incredible. I mean, wow. Yeah, also the cover art, just wow. Anyway, it's just, there's lots of, we're getting into the era of books celebrating queer joy. And I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. What's not to love about that? So yeah, it's just joyful and fun, and there's lots of good moments, and there's also lots of heartbreaking, well, lots of heartbreaking moments, maybe not, but there are quite a few heartbreaking moments, and it's just a good time, and there are just some scenes that just make you go, what? I am so happy. I'm like, can you tell that I could not smile if I didn't want to, but like, it's so good. This is the kind of book I want to write, so catch me calling up Harper Teen in a year, with my own book, hopefully. I just literally don't know what to say about this book except you should go read it because it's amazing. Perfect summer fling thing. Even though it's not technically set in the summer, it's set in Los Angeles, which, okay, fair. Needed to be set near the ocean. But I'm not sure I like Los Angeles. I don't know. That's not the point though. The point is it's an incredible book. And there are just so many good things that happen. And I personally loved all the characters. Except Dominic was kind of an asshole. But basically, they all have motivations that are clear and wonderful, and even the bad guys, okay? Even the bad guys. There's redeeming arcs for a lot of the characters. There are just good story arcs for all the characters, basically, which is really nice to see. And again, there's not a picture-perfect ending, and I also really enjoyed that because I was expecting, up until literally the epilogue, or maybe the last chapter, I guess, for something to change. For there to be a picture-perfect ending, and there wasn't, and I really enjoyed that. Overall, I guess I just love this book. Perfect for Pride Month, perfect for summer. That's all I have to say, I guess. Go read this. It was really good. We have a non-binary main character, which I don't know how often that happens, but I think I have not actually ever read I don't know if I've ever read a book with a non-binary queer character. Non-binary main character. Hello? Excuse me? I don't know if that's allowed. What the heck? Whoa. So anyway, we love that. There's just a lot of critique of gender in the first place. Like, Ross is just like, why? Why do humans gender stuff so much? And it's like, fair, valid. Why do we gender stuff so much? Anyway, those are my thoughts, I guess. Mainly it's just like jellyfish. If you read the book, you'll understand. Jellyfish. Okay, that's it. That's my review. It was really good. That was The Blue Book, Out of the Blue by Jason June. Highly recommend. Also queer author, which, again, happy Pride Month, everyone. I fucking love this. Sorry, it's the next day, but I forgot to mention that Out of the Blue kind of centers, it's not like hate to love necessarily, but it's like a hate to love fake dating romance. So I know some people really like that kind of trope. Good fake dating romance. I mean, it's a fake dating romance, for sure, 100%. They date to get back at Sean's ex, but it's also kind of hate to love. So just in case that makes anyone suddenly realize that they need to pick up this book, just thought that was important to put out there because I think I forgot to mention it. And again, some people really care, which, like, totally, but yes. Not the reason I pick up a book, but I definitely do enjoy a fake dating plot. And that's it. The purple book I have The Color Purple by Alice Walker because I read that in maybe 2017 and I really don't remember it, and I think it's about time I reread it. Pogo's so cute. Look at that little Pogo butt, Pogo tail, Pogo foot right there. You can't see it. Look at those toe beans. Ah! Those toe beans, Pogo. You got cute toe beans. Hi, welcome to Chili's. No. Hello, welcome to Chili's. What? I actually did not mean to say that. That was a total joke. When jokes go too far, they just become real. Anyway, hello, welcome to the end of the video, because I'm not going to be reading a purple book because I want to get this video out into the world, and also I just don't want to read the purple book. I'm just not feeling it, and this is a video about rainbows and love and being gay, so like I'm not going to pressure myself to read a book I don't want to read. Okay, I'm sorry if you were really looking forward to that, but this video is already long enough. So instead, if you've made it this far, I have a secret to tell you that it's not really a secret anymore. But hi, my name's Luka. I use he, him pronouns. I start testosterone next week, and that's all I wanted to say. Welcome. Thank you for being here, supporting my channel, reading awesome books. Books are great. All right, that's it. That was my secret. Hi, welcome to Chili's. Okay, it's always really hard to do that. It's the Pride Parade today in Portland, or day 2 of the Pride Parade. Thought it was fitting. I'm gonna try to publish this video today, but I don't have Wi-Fi. So if you're seeing this and it is the 19th of June, or this video was published on the 19th of June, I did it. I love every single person who watched this video. Thank you very much. We got some good Pogo content, I think. Thank you again for watching this video. I hope to see you in my next one. Luka out.